Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Good morning, sweetheart.
Hi there. Good afternoon all, and good evening to some.
Oh, that is evening somewhere on the planet, isn't it? You'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm sipping my coffee. I got a nifty new coffee mug. I don't know how many of you guys watch The Expanse with me or, without me, but those mugs that, those little cups they've got on the Rocinante?
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those for Christmas this year.
Oh,
So I'll post a picture of it on Twitter later. It's not the fancy one that says Rocinante or MCRN or anything like that. It's just a plain little silver guy, and I'm like, yeah, don't care.
does it come
Still
in
on the
giant
fridge.
size?
I can enjoy my coffee with, along with the crew of the Rocinante. But that's not what we're here to talk about, but that's okay. How was your Christmas?
It was quiet, but I got to spend it on some streams, so that was cool.
Oh, fun. Yeah, the boss had a big stream on Christmas Day, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. Because I had to entertain people. I know we weren't supposed to in the middle of the coronavirus, but it's all my immediate family, so it's nobody really out of our bubble. But I had a cat in the house. That made life interesting. I thought she was gonna break half my shit, but she didn't. I'm just like, oh my god, freaking cats at Christmas. She did get up on the bird cage though. That scared the bejesus out of us.
And the bird, I would
And
imagine.
oh, that poor bird. She's still stroking out.
She was fascinated with her. It was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the cat figured out a way how to get up on top of the cage. And I'm like, you little shit. Again, somewhere there's pictures of it. I'll post it on Twitter later. Probably one of our first posts on Instagram is my grand cat being stupid. But no, not shields and Valkyrie armor. No, it's my stupid cat. I hope everybody out there had a wonderful Christmas as well.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. And almost soon to be Happy New Year. I will be so glad when 2020 is the fuck out of here.
Oh, me too.
Real quick, before we get too started into today's broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
I just we both watched Wonder Woman over the weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say it for the both of us. There's 2 hours of our life we're just not going to get back.
No. Oh my god.
I'm just like, oh my whole god, you've got to be kidding with me.
More than 2 hours. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, it felt like more than 2 hours. I think I got up and left the screen 3 times. I'm just like, I'm so bored. I went and started doing other stuff. I was just like, man, this is not an exciting movie. I was hoping for so much better, especially with Cheetah. But spoiler alert, they fucked that up too.
It was, yeah. I can see why everyone's giving it negative reviews. Ugh.
Yeah, and it's bad.
It's bad.
I mean, story? What story? There was no story.
Story, editing, special effects.
Oh god, it was all just miserable. I mean, wasn't Wonder Woman supposed to be released for summer?
Yes, I think so.
Originally?
Well, they've just announced number 3, haven't they?
Oh, for the love of shit.
Yeah.
Well, Generalissimo Hefe also heard a rumor this morning that because of the poor showing of Wonder Woman 1984, Patty Jenkins is being let go from Lucasfilm and Disney. It's just a rumor.
Oh dear.
Breaking news, guys. If you guys want to go hunt that down and see if there's any truth to it, go nuts. But yeah, it's just a rumor right now. So, and then there's all this Pablo Hidalgo crap hitting the fan this morning.
Yes, I'm just catching up with that because I've been in work all day.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You were you were kind of in a little capsule away from this all the yelling that the boss did this morning. It was pretty intense. I'm like, wow, I am so awake right now. Thanks for that, boss. Don't need earphones.
So, shall we say good morning to everyone?
Yes, we should. Thank you,
Or
honey.
good afternoon, rather.
And good afternoon. Yeah, because it's after 12 now. My God. So good morning, Darth Haster. How are you this morning? Positive Candor. Great to see you. Teleroth A. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Colin P. Smith. Hello there. Psycho Dwarf 9. Yeah. Stuff is happening this morning, Psycho Dwarf 9. Who else is hanging out with us, babe?
We've got Starry Eyed Girl saying hi, and she's hasn't caught up yet, but she's leaving us a like, so thank you.
Oh, that was sweet. Thank you.
We've got Lady Mist on. Oh, and it jumped on me. Let me scroll back up.
Hi, Lady Mist.
Hey, love. We've got Divided by Sight. There's a name I haven't seen for a long time.
Sentient Dildo?
Dildo. Yeah. Hey. It's been a while. Project Story Time. Hey, guys. Dave Bob, welcome. Hello, Dave Bob.
Yeah, Dave Bob says hello. He's not feeling well.
Oh, Dave
get
Bob.
better, Dave Bob.
Yes. Go get some rest, Dave Bob.
Yeah, back to bed. Nighty-night.
We've got Mark the Infinitely Tired and a Polymese Minion. Hello, guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Who else is hanging out with us? Mark the Infinitely Tired is here hanging out with us. Man, I can't believe Sentient Dildo is here. Man, I haven't seen Sentient Dildo in a long time. It's so great to have you on our channel, man.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
I remember Sentient Dildo from way back in the Doomcock days. Man, that was where it was at. And Psychodwarf 9 just tipped us $2. Thank you, Psychodwarf 9. Did you leave us a message?
Thank you, sweetheart. Let me just check. Let me update it. Yep. Psychodwarf says, if Disney want to keep the little bit of goodwill they've earned, they better be some disciplinary action. Absolutely. From what I've heard and what I'm catching up. Yeah. Pablo Hidalgo, he has got to go. You don't attack the fans.
Yeah. I mean, holy hell. He came straight up at the fans. That was nope. We don't do that around these parts. Thank you very much. Oh my God. So, guys, anyway. I haven't seen Sentient Dildo. That sounds so wrong. It does. But Sentient Dildo he's a fixture. Take that any way you want.
So, shall we get on with the review?
Yeah. So we're talking Vikings today, season 4, episodes 8 and 9. Episode 8 is entitled Portage. And, well, it didn't go so well in Paris yet again.
Yes. Paris is having issues.
Yeah, well, I think poor Ragnar just cannot get it together when it comes to Paris. And it doesn't help that he's got his brother over there fighting for the other side, fighting for the other team.
Yes. I think he definitely has underestimated Rollo.
Yes.
And that's really kind of shook into his core, just how badly they lost in the previous episode.
Oh, it was bad. Oh, it was so bad.
And they've been forced into a retreat.
Yep. Good afternoon, Chris. Good to see you. Yeah, they're backing off. They're backing off like crazy, and they're sailing away, right? And all of a sudden, and I had this weird feeling. I'm like, oh my God. As soon as Ragnar looked at the cliffs, I'm like, he's going to want to go over those. And sure enough, Floki, need you to do me a favor. How about we go over?
Yes, because that's the one thing you want to do with your boats, isn't it? Take them out of the water onto land. And then just roll them.
Just roll them upstream. I'm like, oh my whole God. This had to have taken months to do. I'm like, yeah, Generalissimo Hefe, I don't know who the hell else is going to do it. Somebody's got to run errands around this place.
But he had to do something big, because his leadership has been called into question.
Yeah, by
Harold and his brother.
Harold.
They're starting to sow seeds of doubt in people's minds whether or not Ragnar is the leader he's cracked up to be. Has he lost his touch?
Yeah. Well, and he even says something to Lagertha. And I'm like, maybe that's not the direction you need to be going.
Yes, and she pretty much tells him as much. She says to him, yeah, you don't want to be saying something like that to my face.
It's like, no, they don't think you need to be saying that shit. But I could not believe he actually meant go over. We're going to build stuff. Loki, get me over these hills. Hey, Dee Myers. Good to see you.
Welcome.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how the hell are they going to pull this off? And I got to give it to the editors and cinematographers on this one. They shot the hell out of this episode. Getting those boats moving. I'm thinking, oh my God, to the extras, to the crew, and to the cast. Thumbs up on playing this out. Oh my God.
Because this wasn't a small undertaking. As they're filming it, they are moving these full-size boats, now whether or not, they're properly built boats or whether they're just, stand-ins. But still, you're moving these full-sized
Viking ships.
Mock-up Viking ships.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, this is not an easy task. Okay, we're going to pull this off. All right. So that's great. And I can't remember if it was while they were pulling some of the ships up, there was a scene with Torvi, and she was kind of looking on, and Bjorn was on one of the ships as they're pulling it up.
Yeah.
And there's that little pain in the ass Erlander watching from the background. And she kind of has, he's lurking. He's about as bad as Floki, just lurking in the background. But she has a vision of Erlander killing Bjorn. And I'm like, uh-oh. Here we go. It scared me because I thought it was real until she snapped back.
Yes, yeah. It's the way it's shot. It does look like he's just come up with a crossbow and just takes poor Bjorn out until you realise, no, she's having either a vision or, she's had a bit of an epiphany of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If she doesn't do something about it.
A bit of foreshadowing as the case may be. Because she's, God bless her, she's just coming into her own.
Yes. She even stands up to Bjorn and says to him, no, I'm coming with you. And he said, what could you possibly do? And she answers, I'm going to save your life.
And she does. Because later, and this isn't part of the synopsis that I read on the side, guys. But Erlander cons Torvi into aiming a crossbow at Bjorn across the camp. And man, she takes aim, and I'm like, she's not going to shoot Bjorn. And she turns on her heels and pow! Right in Erlander's chest. I'm like, yes! You little turd!
But we'll get to that scene in a bit because I think that's the next episode.
Yeah, that was really cool. So spoiler alert for the next episode. It was really, really cool. But I got one snort, guys. That was a half-assed one. Sorry about that. I'm drinking coffee out of my nifty little can, so, Speaking of actors, on the Tudors, though, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers absolutely rocked these episodes. He did.
Yes, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is a really good actor. I remember him from a drama that was Gormenghast that he did
Oh
when
my
he was very
gosh.
young, and he was
He
really
was
good in
really
that.
young when he did that.
Hmm.
Was that one of his first roles?
I think so. I think that might have been his breakout role.
Wow, that is so long ago. Man, I feel old now. Nice. And Senshin Dildo says, Junkie Ragnar annoys me. Not the acting, just the character. Yeah, he was a little weird.
Yeah. I as funny as he is in some of the scenes, it got a bit old. The whole reliance on this medicine in inverted commas.
Yeah.
And in this episode, it actually comes to a head where there's no more medicine coming his way.
Which we knew it's coming. I mean, we kind of had. I mean, we kind of had an idea if this was going to happen. I mean, you look at Chinese medicine and you think about it, and a lot of it is, opium based.
Yeah.
So we saw it coming. Can't say much about that. But we're going to go back to France here for a second. Back to Paris in Francia. I still can't believe they're calling it Francia. That is so strange to me. It's they're the Franks. It's like Franks and beans. What's going on? Yeah, opium based. It's good shit, Darth Haster. That's why we've got an opioid problem in the United States. Anyway, back in Paris, Odo is sowing seeds of doubt as far as Rollo is concerned.
Yes,
pretty much. Emperor.
He's got his tree, and now he wants Rollo out of the way.
Yeah, which
he basically implies that Rollo, although he helped them, he will always be a Viking. There's no way he could ever really be on their side.
Agreed. You can see it in Rollo's eyes when they are fighting. It's like, do you really want to go and join? He looks like he really does. He's like, and part of him is going, I can't believe I'm fighting my brother.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's that intense love-hate relationship that Rollo and Ragnar have. Yeah.
That's it. I was trying to get the words together and they just would not. Nope. It's not happening. It's brain fart day. Samantha Joe, Frankfurter will come from the same root, the Franks. So you're not wrong. Okay. I thought it was more German, the Frankfurter. But anyway, I'm not going to argue semantics. I will take your word for it, Colin P. Smith. You are a resident historian. So that's cool. But he talks to Teresa. And for the longest time, until I reread the synopsis, I didn't understand that he was saying Roland. I thought he was talking about Rollo at first.
Yes, they really should have picked a different name for this character, especially in these scenes and in the connection with Teresa and Odo. It gets a little bit kind of...
It gets confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful, that I had to go back and watch this a second, third, fourth, fifth time, to finally...
Because I don't think he was named before that, was he? I mean, we knew him as Teresa's brother, obviously, but I can't remember him being named.
No, I don't remember him being named until now. So yeah, and they're going out of their way to try to get something together to execute the Emperor and put Odo in charge as Emperor.
So there's plots going on behind everybody's backs at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's worse than a Shakespearean epic. I mean, God. Darth Haster for Rollo name change? No, Rollo is still Rollo. Roland is another character.
He's a character. He's, as we said, it's Teresa's brother. But up until this point, I don't remember him being named, and that's where the confusion came in. It's like, especially with the kind of French accent that they're using.
Yeah.
It's like, what? But no, Roland agrees with Odo. that they can't trust Rollo.
And Rollo, at this point, I remember them sitting to dinner. Gisela and Rollo and the Emperor. And then there was that announcement that she made that she was pregnant. And I'm like, what? Colin P. Smith points out a resemblance here. Teresa, Roland, Cersei, and Jamke. I would have to take your word for it. I did not watch Game of Thrones. Yeah, I know. Cancel Sammy. I just could not get into it. And yeah, Sentient Dildo, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's Princess Roman Polanski's daughter, yeah.
Yeah, she is. She plays a good role, don't get me wrong.
She does a great job. She's outstanding. I wonder if I'd have to look up her IMDb. I want to see if she's done anything else and check it out. But it's probably in French, so I might need subtitles. But
yeah, there's plots going on behind everyone's backs. Odo agrees to meet once again with Teresa down in the dungeon. She kind of turns their kind of relationship on its head and says that, instead of him whipping her this time, how about I do it to you? And he's a little bit hesitant, but he says, the thought hasn't crossed my mind.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So
so they
down for it.
Yeah.
That got me. I was like, what the hell? Of course, she's using the cat of nine tails on this guy, right? And I'm like, tell me that doesn't hurt. Bullshit. But I see it. I get it. So that brings Roland in.
Yes, Odo's kind of saying to her, I barely felt that, and then Roland steps up behind and really hits him.
Really wallops him one. I was like, damn, I felt that. Oh, that's not okay. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. And he just whacks on him until he dies. They basically kill him.
Pretty much, I think they almost kill him and then take him to Charles and he's executed on Charles's orders. We never actually see Odo meet his end. It's just said that, Charles he's been betrayed by Odo, and then Rollo is given the Iron Hand of Francia, so he takes Odo's place.
Yeah, that shocked me. I was like, oh my God, the Iron Hand. Huh. Holy shit. I thought it was pretty cool. And of course, Rollo's sitting up there going, okay, this is kind of freaking weird, but all right.
Just go with it. It's fine.
I'll just run with it. Just see how this plays out, Rollo. You're going to be fine. So all that plotting and whatnot is going on in Francia. We've got even more plotting and whatnot going on in Wessex.
Yes, and Egbert, as usual, is 3 steps ahead of everybody. When it comes to plotting.
Something. Seriously, shady. I'm just like, what the hell?
Poor Quinthriff. She thought he'd gone with his army to, take back the crown for her and, disassemble the council that had taken over in her stead. And instead he's been sworn in as King of Mercia as well as Wessex.
Yeah, exactly. Like, little side note. By the way, I'm king. Screw you. And she's just like...
She absolutely loses it at that point.
Oh, she's like screaming holy terror at him and he's just not even blinking. He's got all these documents that he presents to her from the ruling council, saying, no, he's going to be king because you're freaking crazy.
Yep, it's all legal. It's all above board. It's signed, witnessed. There is literally nothing she can do about it. She has no claim anymore to the crown.
Yep. And I thought, oh, this is not going to end well, because I figured right away. I figured she's going to go after him, no matter what. I mean, even with Magnus being still in the palace with her, he's going to go after her, or she's going to go after him, rather. I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well.
Oh no, she was not going to let that stand.
And then we've got, this was a weird scene that when Harbord shows up again.
Yeah, see, all of these scenes back in Catacut with Harbord, they seem, I know it sounds horrible, but they seem a little bit pointless. It's like,
they do.
Why is he back? You know.
Yeah.
Why after?
What's he here for?
What's he here for? Yeah. It doesn't seem to be pushing the plot forward at all.
No.
I mean, we can tell from the previous time he was here, bad things happen when he's around.
Yeah.
But Oslog doesn't care. She just wants Harbord.
Yeah. And that's all she wants. Harbord, though, is kind of ministering to the flock.
Yes.
As it were. So
Harbord's giving his love to those that need it, he said.
And I'm just, well, yeah. Well, what was weird for me was seeing, oh my God, which boy was this? Sigurd.
Yes. Sigurd.
I'm like, which one of the boys got left behind? It was Sigurd. Lead his mother to where Harbord was, ministering the flock. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to go well. She's going to get jealous. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And the scenes were really oddly out of place.
So I don't know whether there were scenes that were kind of added to kind of pad the episode, or whether they just thought it was a subplot that needed to be explored a little bit more. But we already knew that, Aslog is kind of selfish in that way. She's very much like Ragnar.
Yeah. But yeah, Aslog is getting on my nerves for some reason. Yeah, she got on my nerves, halfway through season 2.
Pretty much,
when she showed up,
Not a character I'm very fond of, I've got to admit.
I never was. This is like, nope, you screwing around on Lagertha. Not cool, buddy.
And it's kind of odd that the 2 older boys are very much like Ragnar, but the 2 younger boys are very much like her.
Yeah. Well, Ivar's a little shit.
Yes.
Sentient dildo. Never liked her. Yeah, me neither.
No, me neither. I've got to admit.
Yeah, Harbord is supposed to be a god. Yeah, I remember Floki saying something about it the first time he visited Kattegat.
Yes, he's supposed to be Odin, isn't he?
I believe so. It's one of the ways he shows himself. So I'm like, all right. I like the character of Harbord.
Oh yeah, the actor, I think he's great. He plays a really good character. I just think the scenes and the subplot were just a little bit
Oh yeah, Colin P. Smith, Darth Haster, let me see, because she's the selfish, manipulative bitch who lets kids die. Yeah, spoiler alert, that comes up in the next episode.
And the previous ones where they nearly lost the other 2 boys.
Oh, God.
Had it not been for Siggy.
Siggy, yeah. Thank God for Siggy. Yeah, well, Ragnar even says, last time I left you in charge.
But yeah, she confronts Harbord and slaps him. And
slaps him around a bit. I know, right?
And Harbord's just like, bye.
Gotta go. I mean, there's no reason for you to be jealous. You don't own me.
No.
And I'm like, oh. Whoops. So much for that relationship. But yeah, that seemed to be, a bit of padding to me as well. Just to give him something to do other than focus on Francia and Wessex. I almost said Essex. Like, no, that's the wrong kingdom. But still, back in Wessex, here we go. Sure enough, Quenthrith goes after Egbert in the middle of the night.
Yes. Quinthrop, she's hell-bent on getting revenge.
And she's just fit to be tied. I mean, you could see the look in her eyes. She's killing somebody.
Yeah, and she does take out the scout, though, that was, trying to stop her.
Yep, a knife right to the neck. And I mean, they even cut at one point to the feet of this poor scout guy. And there's blood just dripping everywhere. I'm like, well shot. He's going down. Mm-hmm. Okay, one down. But she finally gets into the bedchamber of Egbert's bedchamber, and threatens to kill him. Wakes him up from a dead sleep.
See, if she'd been smart, she would have just taken him out while he was still asleep. I know it's kind of an underhand and dirty way to do it, but
yep.
What happens next wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. So here she is threatening the life of the king, and she gets stabbed in the back. And that was, man, if that wasn't like the end all be all to Judith, I was just like, I saw that coming. The stabbing in the back, it's all play on words. I'm just like, oh my God. Foreshadowing. Because as soon as she went to Judith saying, get me out of here, help me leave here, you knew Judith was going to go back and tell King Egbert.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And there was no way she was going to forgive Quinthrith for what she's done. So Judith was just biding her time until she could get her revenge.
And she did.
Yeah. And I think she even says to Egbert as Quinthrith goes down, look what you've made me become.
Yeah.
So she's not just killed Quinthrith, she's also obviously killed the baby.
The baby.
Was carrying.
Yeah. That shocked me. I was like, holy shit, she was still pregnant. What are they going to do about the baby? Oh, well, they're going to let the baby die. Yeah, sentient dildo. Yeah. Judith is a master assassin. 1 stab, 2 kills. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. He's right, though. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Where the hell even was she? It's like, oh my God. Hey, Keck 44, what's going on? How are you? Good
that's
to see you
pretty
hanging
much
out.
how that episode ends, isn't it? There was one more scene that's worth kind of talking about briefly, and it's the end of Yidu.
Yidu. Yeah.
Yidu. Pronounce her name. So Ragnar, again, because he's a bit of a junkie at this point, goes for more
junkie Ragnar
from her, and she tells him no. And they get into a bit of an argument because she says, I'm a free woman, and he tells her, you're not free at all.
Yeah. And then he's kind of sitting there just like, that's not what I said. I said, you may come and go.
Yes, you're not free. And then she does something very silly and threatens to reveal the secret about the slaughter of Wessex. And Ragnar can't have this, so he drowns her.
Yep. That was a scary scene, too. I was like...
the rage in him.
I was just like, wow. It's like oh God, what is the word? Shit. Not hangover. The withdrawal. The withdrawal-induced rage, because he's like freaking out. And then, but what he doesn't see is what's behind him. And it's Uber and Fitzuk.
Yes.
And they get to see their father kill this Asian woman. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. And then he's got to kind of convince them that everything's okay, I'll take care of it.
Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
Just go on. Get out of here, boys. And he just kind of unceremoniously just pushes her down river then. Yep,
just okay.
But at the same time, all he's got left now is a very tiny piece of this, in commas, medicine left.
Yep. And that's all he's got left to face Rollo again.
Yeah.
Because they're going to, and that leads us up to our next episode, Death All Around.
Yes.
Death All Around, excuse me. There's no in around.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. But here we go with the Viking ships crossing land. I mean, that was just intense to watch. So intense. I was like, they're just pulling these boats along and just pulling and pulling. And I had forgotten, honestly, that Lagertha was pregnant. I still am stuck in that previous episode where she killed Earl Cough. I thought she was full of shit.
Yes, to begin with, I did as well. I thought she was just telling him what he wanted to hear so he'd let his guard down.
And all of a sudden, it was just like, nope, she is pregnant. Okay, because there she is heaving right along with everybody else. And I'm like, that can't be good for the baby.
Yeah, and she even has a go at Ragnar when he says to her, you really shouldn't be doing this in your condition. So.
Of course, you know what Lagertha's going to do is just like, please go away. Don't talk to me about what I can and cannot do. That's who she is. It's like, well, okay, that ship sailed. Excuse me as we're pulling a boat along. But unfortunately, it leads to something horrible happening, which was foreseen by the seer anyway. She would never have any more children, and she miscarries the child.
Yes.
And Torvi, I think it was, it was Torvi, called Ragnar and Bjorn to come be with her. And of course, being the men they are, ex-husband and, son, they flock to her side immediately and to comfort her. And Ragnar really does a great job at that.
He does, yeah.
He gets really, really sweet.
But Lagertha kind of, after a couple of moments, just tells them to leave, She said, I knew I wasn't going to have any more children, but I really wanted to cheat fate this time.
Yes. And I was hoping she would, but nope. No such luck.
The seer was correct. As he generally is.
Yeah, I was going to say, as he generally is, but, you never know until after the fact. I mean, he even warned her, about this, she never having any more children. So, but yeah, she thought she could cheat the fates. That really broke my heart because that was a beautiful scene. She tells them to leave and the boys just sit back. Yeah. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. You're right, Sentient Dildo. Yep, for sure. But what I forgot about, and this actually happens before Lagertha has her miscarriage, was the King Harold and his brother. They kind of go hunting.
I hated this scene. Really, I think it kind of shows how nasty the brothers are.
Yeah.
Harold and Halfdan, but yeah.
Halfdan, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting his name. I keep wanting to call him a belter. His hair. But he's not Beltalowda. Nope, he's a Viking.
He's a Viking, and they did what Vikings did, and came across a Frankish family and kind of had their way with the daughters, and then just slaughtered the family.
Yeah, they just slaughtered the entire family. I was just like, except when they closed the door, they blinded the old man. When he closes the door, I'm just like, oh my God, because he was still shaking or he was still hanging on to life. But barely. That was the worst. It shows how cutthroat they really are. It was, ugh. was not happy with that scene.
Yeah.
But we did get to see our great character actor, though, out of makeup as the Pope.
Yes, that surprised me.
I
That was
was
kind
like,
of nice to see him.
hey! I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait, that's the Sears voice. I looked up in the credits and was like, holy shit, it's John Kavanaugh. Okay.
Yep. Obviously, we
Got
didn't have
another
enough.
role.
We didn't have enough Seer this season, so go be the Pope, John.
Yep, go be the Pope. He's Pope Leo. I'm like, oh my God. It's kind of nice. He doesn't have to be led around the set, by extras and PAs.
Having
That was kind of
jumped
nice.
from the Viking scene to the scenes in Rome, I actually really like the scenes in Rome, especially as Athelwulf and Alfred arrive, and people are just trying to sell them all this rubbish.
Oh God, they're just like, oh my God, what? Or begging for money or alms or something. It was like they were inundated in Rome, and trying to keep this poor wee child away from him. I was just like, oh my God, this is Aethelwulf is just shocked.
Yes.
And his eyes got as big as dinner plates. I don't think Alfred really even flinched too much. I don't remember him doing anything other than just walking and, keeping his head down and
pretty much stay close to Aethelwulf.
And the monk, the Athelstan knockoff.
Yes. Athelstan Mark II.
Yeah, 2.0. But it was really cute when Alfred finally meets the Pope. He's so cute.
Yes, he makes a big impression with him, and it's I really did like those scenes, especially when he's kind of showing him this piece supposedly of the crown of thorns.
Oh, that was cool. That was a really cool scene. Everybody just automatically is just like kneels. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's a stick. Oh, it's the crown of thorns, Sam. Remember your Bible? Duh. Good one. Good morning, Captain Spire. Good to see you, boss. How are you?
Good morning.
But yeah, the kid they had playing Alfred was just adorable. I just wanted to squeeze him. He was so cute.
Yes, he's cute, isn't he? The kid's name is Connor O'Hanlon. So maybe
He'll
one
have
to
a good
watch in the
career.
future. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Same with the kid who plays Ivar. Oh my God, what a little asshole. And I'm sure the kid isn't like that in real life, but he can pull it off really, really well.
He just plays it really well. Absolutely.
And Colin says, from what I've heard, that scene with the Pope is reasonably accurate. That's what I understand from English history as well about Alfred's pilgrimage to Rome as a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to squeeze that kid to death. Ooh, so cute. Ooh, he was so sweet in the scenes. I mean,
it was, and it was great to see John Kavanagh out of makeup.
Yeah, thank God. But they seemed to have a good time with the Pope. So the Pope was, I think, Pope Leo was enamored with little Alfred.
Yes.
And he was very well received by the Pope. So that was, it was just sweet. It was a sweet little scene to break up kind of the monotony of heaving, Viking ships across land and killing Frankians for all their chickens and whatnot. Oh, God. But we get to go back to Wessex. Egbert is crowned King of Wessex and Mercia, and King Aela is not a happy camper.
Yes. he thinks he's been betrayed, basically, and to be fair, he has been. And Egbert tells him, just because they're both kings, they're not equal anymore. So you probably best to remember that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just a little, don't make me mad kind of thing.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Like, is he gonna go all Hulk smash? I mean, what the hell, man?
But we haven't seen much of King Ayla in this season. He's really had very few scenes. So I suppose, again, it was just a reminder that the character is still around.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's right. It does, looking at an ancient map, it does butt up right up against Northumbria.
Mm-hmm.
So all of his lands are
bordered by them.
Yeah. And he's just like, shit, now I'm a man on my own island, kind of thing. I'm alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Scots are no help at this point. I don't think there are any. If they are, they're way up in those highlands and nobody's seeing anything from them. So Colin P. Smith, help us out, our resident historian. If there are Scottish people at this point, let us know.
I think it would have been Celts, I would imagine.
Celts? Okay. Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, no longer equals. I remember King Egbert saying that to King Ayla. Mm-hmm. And the look on Ayla's face was just like, oh, goddamn, I hate you. I hate you so freaking much right now.
Outplayed. Completely.
Well played, boss. Well played. Bravo.
There was another little weird throwaway scene in Catechut.
Yeah.
And I thought this was really sad. I actually hated the scene.
I think I know which one you're fixing to talk about.
Sigurd tells his mom that he's found Siggy's dead body in the river.
Yep.
And Aslog just kind of looks at him like she can't remember who Siggy was.
Yeah.
And
she's drunk off her ass.
Oh, she's drunk. Yeah, she's completely drunk. And she just kind of shrugs it off. She says to him, "Oh, I thought somebody was looking after her." And he looks at her and says, "Clearly not," and walks away. And then
that was brilliant.
That little gremlin Ivar just says to her, "Who cares?" And she laughs.
Yeah, that was harsh. And I mean, even
awful.
leading up to that scene, it was just, the whole scene was just dreadful. I mean, even the beginning of the scene where Ivar and his mother are playing that chess type of game that the Vikings play, and he's like, "Move." I'm like, boy, you ever talk to your mother like that, and my problem smack the shit out of you, you little shit. Tell you what.
Oh, yeah, he's fixing to be a nasty piece of work.
Oh, God, you could tell he's just going to be a little asshole. But yeah, that whole scene was just so, I mean, I teared up. I was like, nobody paid attention to poor little Siggy.
Mm-hmm.
Even her parents didn't want her.
No. And I thought that was just tragic. And you barely see the poor little thing.
I know. It was just horrible.
But as you were saying, that kind of back and forth with Ivar and Aslog, he says to her, "Why should I listen to you?" And I think she replies to him, "Because I'm the only reason you're still alive."
Still alive. Yeah. That shut the little twirl up, didn't it? What did you call him? A gremlin?
Yes, little gremlin.
He is too. He's a little gremlin. What a little, oh my God.
But the kid that plays him, he does a really great job. Not to knock him.
Yeah. The little guy that's playing him, yeah, 2 thumbs up with a twist on that one. He's a great little actor. He's nailing playing the little gremlin.
And I really like the one that plays Sigurd as well. I think he's turning into a really interesting character now that he's a little bit older.
A little bit, but he's so lonely, which is what's so sad. Because he's got no one to chill with.
Which is presumably why he was the one to find poor little Siggy. Because he went looking for someone to play with.
Yep, and he was playing by himself. I think he was playing with a toy boat in the river. And that's how we found Siggy. I was like, oh my God. The shit that poor little kid had to witness. It was just like, oh man. But yeah, those That whole scene. Ugh. It was painful. We go back to Paris after this.
Yes. This episode was just one weird scene after another.
Yeah. Well, Charles, the Emperor, makes Roland the kind of the Lord Protector
Yeah.
of Paris, which seems strange to me because he handed that fist to Rollo. I'm like, I thought that was his job. You know, I thought with the hand of Francia or whatever, the Iron Fist of Francia, that he was supposed to be the one who was in charge. I guess not. So,
yes, he seems to be kind of dishing out as he chooses who gets to be, in charge of what. So he doesn't. I think he's proved himself a really ineffective leader anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of pardon me for saying so, guys, but the Emperor of France is kind of a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He keeps trying to live up to Charlemagne and he just can't.
That's not going to happen.
No. I think he
Just
should have
no.
concentrated on being just an effective leader rather than, this great leader that they've had in the past.
Yeah. He's just a wuss. Well, then, yeah, sent a dildo. Nice. Yeah, pretty much. Yep, you got it, babe. So Charles ends up throwing this really weird thing at Roland, saying, I'd really like the opportunity to make your sister my mistress. And I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Yeah, where did this come from?
And, even Roland is like, what, did you ask her? He's like, no, I'm asking you for permission. And I'm like, okay, that tracks. Being, her brother and whatnot. Okay, cool. But that's not what ended up happening.
No, not at all. No, it turns out it wasn't actually Teresa that Charles bedded down with. It was Roland.
Yeah, and we're all like, I knew it. The French are weird. There was part of me that was surprised and another part of me went, duh. Yeah, Colin P. Smith. Yeah, he fancies both the sister and the brother. Interesting. Okay. And again, here we have, a gay couple, so to speak, and they're not beating us over the head with it. It's just kind of like, duh. So we don't have to worry about the social justice warriors of the world coming at us with all this crap because it's there. So, suck it.
Yes. Then it was kind of, I suppose it was kind of funny, but again, it was just one of those really weird scenes that they put in. It's like, all right, we're just going to file under that's the thing that happened.
Yeah, that's something that happened. Did we really need this scene? No. Such a dildo. You were knocking him out of the park today, boss. 50 Shades of Lame. Yeah, no shit.
But that's pretty much where we leave Charles and Roland.
Yeah. And he's in Charles looking out the window. And here come the Vikings. Not at that moment, mind you.
No.
But they finally reach the other side of the river.
Yes, they finished their epic trek across land with the boats. I don't know. And they're back just on the outskirts of Paris.
It's like, oh, we can see Paris off in the distance. Look at that. We did it. Yeah, Ragnar rules. Yeah, you guys were ready to kill him a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah, you were questioning his leadership and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So, here they go, slipping the ships back into the river. And of course, Floki is on one of them and he's all, yeah, I'm the shit. I rule. And I'm watching Gustav and I'm like, he has to have had dance training the way he holds his hands and everything like that, I'm just like, yeah.
Yes, he's very kind of fluid when he moves. Absolutely.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing this role of Floki, he's fluid Floki.
And it was really nice to see the scenes between him and Helga, who he's actually taking care of for a change.
Yes, he's taking care of her, and he's doing an excellent job because he loves her so much.
Mm-hmm.
His love for her runs deep, and it's so sweet.
It is.
I love the way he looks at Helga and the way Helga even looks at him. It's just like, oh, these two are just an amazing couple. Couple goals. But yeah, they finally get they're finally, in the home stretch. They're getting all the ships back into the Seine, further up the Seine, so they can attack from upriver. And this is the scene I was talking about earlier with Erlander.
Yes.
And Torvi.
Mm-hmm. You knew something was going to come to a head.
Mm-hmm. It had to. But she just showed balls. I was so proud of Torvi. Because seeing what we've seen, because, both of us have watched ahead. We've seen the show before. But Torvi is just, they developed this character in the most amazing way. And I'm so grateful. Even though she is the daughter of the writer. But, who cares? It was amazing character development.
It was.
Yeah, you have good writing, but you have a great actress.
Yeah, they didn't rush her character.
No. They let her develop, and it's been absolutely incredible to watch her. But yeah, she lets Erlander have it, and the scene I loved was when Bjorn finally walks up to him and places that ring right on top of that arrow, on top of that bolt.
Yes.
And I'm like, ha, 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 ha.
Just to add insult to injury as he's dying. Have your ring back.
Here you go. Love it. Yeah.
Erlander gave her an ultimatum. She either take out Bjorn or he kills her son. And Torvi, as you said, just turned it on him and took Erlander out.
Yep. Oh my God. I can't believe you just did this joke. Oh, Colin P. Smith. Rise and shine with the Valkyries. So you're saying the Vikings are mad then? Being insane?
Oh my God.
Oh God. Dad joke. Oh. That gets a groan. But good joke though. I'll give that one to you.
I like it. That was good.
Yeah, you're right. Torvi is completely different when you see her on the boat at the end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a totally different character. It's like she can finally develop.
Yes. Yeah, she doesn't have that threat of Erlander hanging over her head.
And I've come to the part where we talk about Bjorn confronting Ragnar about his withdrawal symptoms, and he's like freaking out. He's seeing spiders. My skin is crawling.
I was going to ask, did that give you the heebie-jeebies? Yeah.
Oh, so many heebie-jeebies. I'm like, suddenly my feet are up off the floor, and I'm like, any spiders in my living room? Get the fuck out. Because I'm fixing to lose it. He was tripping balls. I mean,
yes. Ragnar is not doing well with these withdrawals from the medicine.
Yeah.
And Bjorn just says to him, well, take some more then, stupid.
Yeah, take the rest of it. Duh. And I think even Bjorn tells Ragnar that who's in the withdrawal, that Paris cannot be taken without him.
Mm-hmm.
And Ragnar's just like, doesn't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Paris anymore. I don't care. I'm here for Rollo.
Yep. And that's what he's saving that last little bit of medicine for. He needs it to take out his brother.
Mm-hmm. So he can have his wits, in parentheses, his wits, or as in quotes, his wits to get his brother back. which we have to wait and see for next week.
Yes, so we've got one episode left of this weirdly done season, haven't we? Are we going to do episode 10 and then do a cut-off and pre-record the rest just to kind of get them done and then pick up again later? Maybe take a little hiatus from Vikings for a while.
Yeah, we'll take a respite. And for the first of the year, because we've got a lot of stuff we've got planned for the first of the year, guys. We're not going away. No. We're just going to be more interesting. That's all.
Yes, we're just going to shake it up a little bit, I think.
We're going to shake it up some, yeah. And
but you're still going to get Vikings.
Yeah, you guys are still going to get Vikings for sure. We're just going to have them pre-recorded for you guys to view, on your own time. And I saw yesterday when I was rewatching the episodes, and again this morning I double-checked, season 6 is available on Amazon Prime. So we may need to get through this, and then we can catch up at season 6 and review it later on down the line. Once we get all of that done, because we still got to go through the second half of season 4, season 5.
Yes.
So, and that's where stuff kind of gets really, really weird.
But I think that's probably a good way to do it. We'll just, as you say, pre-record the next 10 episodes, release them, maybe, a couple of times a week, and then you guys can watch them at your leisure. I'll put them all in the playlist as usual.
Yeah. Ascension Dildo, not to spoil shite, but season 5 is not very good. It's all over the place. Yeah,
it is.
I have to agree. I have to agree.
Almost running out of steam, I felt, with season 5.
Yeah.
We've talked about it in the past, and I think the second half of season 4 should have been season 5, and season 5 should have been season 6.
Exactly. I don't know why they shot it the way they did. Colin P. Smith, extra Valkyries. There's going to be a lot happening. With the Valkyries. Yeah, especially if any schedule changes, if you please. We sure will, Darth. I mean, you're one of our wrenches. We let you know. There's half the time we don't know when we're going to go live. I mean, news may break and I may bust in. You never know.
Yes, I would like to be a little bit more spontaneous as well, to do some more random shows and do some more shows on the weekends. So that's what we will be trying to do as well.
I got to tell you, you've converted Jeff. He's officially into Discworld.
Oh my God.
Got his second book going. I think he's halfway through the second book. I don't know what he's reading right now. If he's still in the chat, he could probably tell you. But yeah, he's got a second book and he's mowing right through it.
Nice. So, thank you, Jeff.
You've gotten him hooked.
And obviously we've still got the Expanse ongoing and everyone's enjoying that. So that will
be Wednesday.
That's our next show Wednesday.
Yeah. And hopefully if Dave Bob's feeling better, he'll join me for the review, since Loki will be traveling.
Yes. And then Friday, I'm not sure what's happening because that's the first.
Yeah. So Friday, we're supposed to do the boss's show for him. The 8:00 in the morning show. I don't know what we're going to be doing yet, guys. We're going to see how the week plays out. And then, of course, Thursday, I will be running the chat and the live stream for Star Trek Disgracery. So that'll be with Dave Bob, if he's feeling better, Bird of Prey, Rambling Canuck, and myself.
Cool.
Ascension Dildo. Ooh, the Expanse rubs hands. Yeah, it's killing me to wait till Wednesday.
But this is what you wanted. You wanted them to release it.
I know.
Didn't want it all in one big dump.
But that's what keeps me so excited. So I'm so looking forward to Wednesdays when I get to get up early and see the Expanse. So I'm really thrilled about that.
That's awesome.
All right, you guys.
Jeff
here he goes.
It's reading Men at Arms. Nice.
He's devouring the Watch series. Sweet.
I love the Watch series. It's one of my favorite kind of done.
Oh, Doctor Who is dropping on Friday? That's right, because it's New Year's.
It is, unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, I'm not a
I'm not
Whovian,
Whovian.
so
No,
we won't be watching it.
haven't watched any of the previous, the current Doctor.
Yeah, I don't think it. Ugh. Even I don't like her, and I'm not a Whovian. Oh, anyway, guys, it's after our hour, so we are going to say goodbye for now. We will be in the chat tomorrow morning on Loki's Mornings of Mischief.
Mm-hmm.
Don't miss that. And then Wednesday morning, of course, will be Mornings of Mischief again and the Expanse show with myself and probably Dave Bob.
Yes,
so if he's feeling better. And if I end up being alone and anybody wants to join me, I'll throw a link out in the chat. You can pop on with me and we can talk about the Expanse. So that'll be fun. All right, guys. So thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we will see you tomorrow.
We do. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody. I'm waving at the camera. Not even on camera. I'm waving at the camera. God, I'm adorable. Bye, guys. Have a great Monday.